Hello, my crafty friends. I hope everybody's doing well. Today I'm going to be working with this clear stamp and die of the month. It was January 2023. I know we're already into February, but I'm still trying to play catch up. But I'm going to work with this. It is called Hydrangea Bouquet. And then we have the die set for the Hydrangea Bouquet. And this stamp set is just gorgeous. I have only messed with it just once, and I took it and I just used my black ink pad and stamped it down, and it stamps like a dream. I mean, I could not believe how beautifully it stamped. I used my black ink pad, and I actually used clear embossing. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I just thought it was so pretty with just the black and the white. So I just put a very thin layer of black behind it, and then just put Thinking of You on the inside. I just thought that was so gorgeous. But I'm going to try some ink blending on a white panel and see if I can do some blending and then stamp over it and then die cut it out and see how that turns out. So I just think this is gorgeous. This Spellbinders stamp, clear stamp and die of the month. It's just fabulous. So if you haven't got it, I would try it. I'll link it in the description box so that you can check it out, but it is just gorgeous. Okay, so what I've got here is I have the milled lavender, which I think would be good for the Hydrangea Bouquet. And I also have some dried marigold, and I have some tattered rose. So I'm not sure what all I'm going to use, but I know I'm going to start with this milled lavender. And I was thinking, just to kind of give myself an idea, I'm going to pull this stamp off and just kind of lay it on my paper. Just to kind of, and it's a pretty good size stamp. So I think I'm going to lay it on my paper like this, just to kind of give me an idea of where my purple needs to go, where my either tattered rose or dried marigold needs to go, just kind of, and then I'll have kind of green around it. So I kind of have a general idea, and it's probably not going to be perfect. I'm not very good at blending, but I'm going to give it a shot, and then I'll just die cut it out, and we'll see. I'll stamp it and then die cut it out, but we'll see how it works out. So let me just kind of get a general idea of what I'm going to do. Okay, all right, so I'll just take my milled lavender, and I'm just going to take my brush directly to it, I think. I could do it and add water, but I think I'm just going to take a light hand and just kind of go at it. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. I'm just going to keep hitting it up. It's going to be a real kind of a muted. That's okay. Okay, and then if I kind of hold my, yeah, I think that's where I want it. So then I know, I'm going to go a little bit darker, see if I can get a little bit darker. Kind of see if I can get it darker in the center there. Okay, I think that's as much as I'm going to do with purple. I don't know if you can see it. I'll kind of zoom in for you. And then I think I'm going to do the tattered rose here, and then maybe the marigold on the other side of it. So I'll just grab my red blending, and let's see if I can get some color out of this. Just see how this goes. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Just going to kind of go in this area. So if I kind of hold this up over it, you can see I'm going to kind of hit that rose up there. I think I need to go down a little bit there. Like that, add a little bit more. going to grab my dried marigold. And there's a little flower right there that I'm thinking I want to get. So I think I want my dried marigold to be just kind of right in through here. That might be a little bit much. That must be a little, that stamp's a little bit wetter than the other ones. I think that's going to work. Now, I'm just going to lay these aside, and I'm going to need a green. Let's see, where are my greens at? I don't have a lot of stamps. I'm not somebody that has a whole bunch. I'm trying to build my stamp collection, so I'm going to have to go over here and grab one real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have these little tiny greens, and I'm not sure how this is going to work out. So I think I'm going to just take a green brush. I'm going to use this one, and I'm just going to put a little bit kind of around. I think I'm going to start with a lighter color. I'm not sure what this color is going to look like. Oh yeah, okay. I'm just going to kind of go around in there. It's almost a yellowy looking. I'm going to add some darker to it just to see how that'll go. I'm going to get all the way around here just to make sure I have some green in case I need it. Let's see how we're going. Kind of like that. Yep, I'm going to need some more green here. I'm just going to really kind of drag it down so that we have plenty of green for our leaves. Okay, that's what I'm going to do with that one. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and come in with this darker green and kind of add some in some spots, and that's really quite a bit darker. Trying to add it kind of in the center areas where I think maybe the leaves might be. I have to really do some blending with that. I may have to come back with my lighter color and try to blend it out a little bit. So we'll come back in with our lighter color and just kind of blend that darker green in so that it's not so stark and blotchy. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but we're going to give it a shot and we'll just see. It's not blending as well as I want it to. I have to add a little bit of water to it and see what happens. I'm going to spray just a little tiny bit of water on there and see if I can get that to blend out a little bit. I'm not sure it's going to. Okay, well I'm not going to give up on it because I'm not sure those are even going to hit the area. So I'll get my Misty out. Actually, we need to let this dry a little bit. I'll get my Misty out and then we'll stamp the pattern on there and just see what it's going to look like. Okay, it looks like a hot mess right now, but I did take my heat gun to it off camera and I dried it so that we could just move on with it. And then it doesn't look like these darker green areas are going to affect my stamp too much, especially if I put it in there like that. So I'm just going to lower that just a little bit. Okay. So I've got this pushed all the way around the corner. I'm just going to pick it up. Now I hope this stamps just as beautifully as it did the very first time I used it. So it was just fabulous. I couldn't believe how beautiful. And I'm just using this Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I'm just going to get it good and covered. We'll probably stamp it a couple of times, maybe 3, I don't know. It just depends on how much it takes to get it, but just inking that up really well. And I just hope it stamps, like I said, as beautifully as it did the first time, because this is just a gorgeous stamp. Okay, we'll go ahead and give it a shot, see how this goes. Now, I don't have one of those stamp pressing tools. I want to get one of those. In fact, I'm actually thinking about asking my stepdad to make me one. He likes to work with wood a lot, and he likes to do the kind of the intricate detail. So I thought maybe I might ask him to make me a stamping tool. I need to show him because I'm sure he's never seen. That's going to be kind of pretty. I'm sure he's never seen one of those stamp pressing tools. So I'll have to get a picture or a video of somebody using one and just kind of show him and see if he can make me one. I love to have handmade pieces from family members. Both my stepdad and my dad make stuff for us, and they always sign them. So I have these pieces where they've signed their name on them that they've made for us. So that's fun. It's just nice to have it. Different things. Looks really good. Let's see, do I need to stamp it in? I really don't think that I do. I guess I could go maybe in this area a little bit more and just see if I get a better press, but I really think it looks pretty good. Just gonna go ahead and hit that middle area there again real quick. I think it looks really good. Looks really pretty. So what I'm gonna do is get my die and get it lined up. I've got it in here. I have not used it yet because the first time I did it, I just stamped this right on the panel, didn't do anything with it other than emboss and then put a sentiment on there. So I have not used this, so we'll open it up, and I need to, what I really need to do is clean my hands really quick so that I don't touch it and mess it up. So I'm gonna take a minute here and just clean my hands really quick. I was watching Gina Kay the other night on, I think it was one of her lives, and she was talking about masking off so that you don't make a mess. And she said, if you're one of those messy crafters, well, that's definitely me. So I do want to think about that and take a minute and clean my hands off before I run what I'm working on here. It is midnight, and this is the first chance I've gotten to do anything. So I'm thankful that I'm able to be in this bathroom now. But I have to get up early, so I really should not be. Wow, this is different. This is kind of a different, normally they glue it right on that and you pull it off, but this has got like a heavier sheet there. So that's a little bit different than how I've gotten my Spellbinders stuff before. So, I think it's gonna lay like this here. I just need to get it lined up just perfectly. I need to grab some of my pink tape. And this is pixie tape. I want to try some other tapes because I think there might be some other tape that I might like a little better. So I'm just going to take a minute and get this lined up. See if I can get it how I exactly want it. That's not too bad there. So I'm going to tape that down. And then I'm going to get this tape down. And then I'm going to just take it over and run it through my Spellbinders Platinum 6. And I'll do that off camera, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so here it is. I ran it through my machine. And I'm just going to pull it off. And there we have it. That turned out really pretty. I mean, just for some blending, gave you some really good color. And you didn't have to put too much effort into it. Now, you could take some pen some Copic markers or whatever kind of markers you have and actually paint it individually, but there's so many small pieces I didn't know if I wanted to do that, so I thought I would just try some blending. I could have had some more green up in here, but I don't think it matters. I think it'll be all right, but I think it looks really pretty. I think the purple was good for the hydrangeas. So I'll probably die cut out some more of these so that I can add them to the back so that I can have some dimension, and then I'll begin putting together a card. Okay, so I die cut 3 more pieces out, and I've adhered them together. And this was some paper that I'd had laying out, and it had kind of gotten messed up, so I was like, it was a perfect thing to use for layering. So I just ran it through the machine and stack it up. I thought that'd be perfect to give some dimension to it, since I had it out and just didn't take very good care of it. I left it laying out and it kind of got a little messy, so I'm going to put it to good use. And then this is good and thick. Can you see how thick that is? Just need to kind of press it down. I don't know where this isn't quite big enough. I don't have a bigger one, but I'll just kind of press it down. Try and clean up the glue a little bit, but I think that looks pretty. It's going to be real light, just a very light and airy card. So I think it turned out nice. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my sentiment ready, and I'm going to use the Hello Friend stamp that comes within the stamp of the month, and I'm going to use this acid-free ink. It's just a clear embossing ink pad, and I'm going to use it on this Hello Friend, and I'm just using some scrap, as you can see, some scrap black cardstock that I have, and I'm going to use some white embossing powder for it. So I'll just get it stamped up. You'll be able to see it. That's my drink that's rattling. I've got some ice in a cup there. I feel like I need to do it again. Hopefully it'll turn out all right. We shall see. I don't know, maybe I'm pushing too hard on it. We'll find out. Okay, so I'm gonna just pull this off. I've got a piece of paper laying here that I'm gonna write down on, and I just got this white embossing powder. It's new, and for some reason when I took the plastic off of it, it just was a mess. So I'm hoping that I don't have too much problem. I am going to die cut this out, so I don't think it'll matter if we get some embossing powder otherwise. Oh, that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to kind of, yeah, that looks cute. Okay, so I'm going to put this back into the container. But it's very, very messy. I don't know, I think when they put the plastic tape on the outside of it, they got powder in it, because when I pulled that tape off before this was even open, it came flying out. I just got it off Amazon. I don't even know what brand it is. Let's see. It says, oh, it's Ranger. I guess I did get Ranger. Okay, I couldn't remember. Okay. So I've got my heat gun here, and I'm just going to heat it up. I'm going to stop the camera while I do that, because I'm certain that you don't want to hear that. Okay, I think it turned out pretty good. It looks like there might be a little bit of powder around there, but I don't think it's going to matter, because I am going to use the die that come with the stamp, and I'm going to die cut it out. I need to wait a minute, because it might still be a little bit warm. So basically what I'm going to do is just lay this on there, get it all lined up, and then I'll take it over to my machine, and I will get it cut out, and then we'll have our sentiment, and we can begin assembling our card. Okay, so here's what we've got. Actually, I feel like I'm going to move this pad and go with this one, because I just feel like I have embossing powder all over everything. Okay, so here's what we've got. I've got our stamp that we blended, and then I'm just going to kind of take you around with what I was thinking. I've got my card base here, that I'm going to use. And this is just one of the Spellbinder card bases that comes in the card kits of the month. And then I have embossed this with a Spellbinders embossing folder. This is the 3D beveled diamonds embossing folder. I'm not sure if they still have it. If they do, I'll link it in the description box, but it is really, really nice. I really like it. So I've got it in all white, and I thought about that. And then the other day I was just messing around, and I had embossed this, and then I just took the purple and just kind of blended it. So I'm just going to show you some different things that I was looking at, and you can comment in the description box, what would you have chosen? So if I do the white, so we've got this on there, and then I originally thought, well, you know, it's got some purple in there, so I had thought about doing this and putting it on there like that, and then we'd have our hello friend on there. And then I have all these panels pre-cut and made from scraps that I have. This is just some, I don't know, probably some Hobby Lobby paper that I had. But one day I was just tired of all the scraps, and so I just cut it down into different sizes that I could use on A2 cards, and that was one of them that I did, along with these others. And so as I was dragging that purple out, I thought, wow, I don't know, it might look really good on orange. I did an orange card the other day, and I really, really liked it, especially with it being so dreary in winter. It just feels like you need some sunshine, and I feel like the orange kind of helps do that. So I brought this orange color out, and I thought, well, I would see what that looks like, and if I wanted to use that. It is just a simple card where I've ink blended the stamp, die cut it out, and then the sentiment, but I think it really looks pretty. So there's like the darker orange, and then I had this lighter orange, and I thought it kind of looked a little bit more like the color that we had stamped on it, and I kind of like that too. So what do you think? Let me know what you think. So, and then the other option was to take this and to lay it on one that already has some purple color, like a purple hue to it, and I think that looks pretty too. I think we could use that. I'm not sure how I would use that panel otherwise, because I was just kind of fooling around with it. I think it could work here. So we have that one, and we have this one, or we have this one. I think the purple really kind of shows the purple ink blending in that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I think that's really pretty. So just let me know in the comments what you would choose. I'm still a little undecided. I think if I went with that purple panel with the ink blended embossing panel, I think I probably would go with the purple and just kind of go with that hue. And I think if I went with the white, I think I would go with that lighter color. And go with that. So let me know what you think, which one you would actually go with. And for tonight, I think what I'm going to do is, because I'm not sure how I'm going to use this panel and I don't want to waste it, I think I'm going to go ahead and do the whole, just go purple all the way, and then I'll save this, and perhaps I'll do another one of these and use that for a background. So it's going to be really simple. I'm just going to lay this down on my card with some glue. And I'm just going to keep it the same size as the A2 panel. I'm not gonna, obviously I've already embossed it, so I'm not gonna cut it down. And here I go, being a messy crafter again. I've got glue on my board there. So I'm gonna bring in my, oops, crash as I knock off a paper trimmer. I'm going to bring in this because this will help me to get it lined up. Sometimes I struggle with getting it lined up. So if you do too as well, you might use your score buddy to line it up. And so I'm just going to line it up using that. It looks like I have a little bit. Sometimes these panels are a little bit off. I've got a little bit at the bottom. So I will probably have to trim that off a little bit, but I've got that laid down pretty well. So next, what I'm going to do is just lay down, and I'm trying to decide if I want to pop that up a little bit. I've got some foam tape somewhere. I do. Maybe I ran out of that. Let me grab another one. Okay, so I've got some foam tape here, and I think I'll just pop up that purple panel a little bit just to give a little bit more dimension. We do have dimension in this, but I think it'll be nice just to kind of raise that up a little bit. It's fairly simple pattern, so I'm going to add some dimension to it with that. Need to get my scissors. I don't want to use my good ones. I don't like using my good ones with the foam tape. I feel like it just makes them all sticky. I think this might be some Dollar Tree foam tape, so it's pretty inexpensive. And I got a little out of line there, so I need to, looks like I'm zoomed in pretty far. Need to zoom out a little bit. There we go. Hopefully you could see everything that I was showing you. And then I'm just going to use my 2-in-1 tool. Tool-in-one, I guess is what it's called. I think I said 2-in-1. Just to lift that. I have trouble lifting that backing paper off of that. So I'll just lift it up. Oh my goodness. I made a bunch of Valentine's cards, and I'm hoping to make some more. I'm actually going to do, in one of my videos I showed the Cricut pattern for the little, if you've watched it, I'll link that video, where you put some chapstick on a little heart for a little Valentine gift. I'm actually going to make 24 of them for my granddaughter to take to school for her Valentine's gifts to her friends. So I ordered, she wanted it to be lavender. The one that I did in the video was pink, and it was really, really cute, but she wants lavender. So I ordered a bunch of lavender paper, and I'm going to be making 24 of those. I probably need to make some extras just in case, but I'll be making those for her class. So that'll be a fun little project. I was thinking that I'll probably cut them all out and have her come and help me to assemble them. That way when she goes to school she can say that she made them. So that'll be fun. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. I need to get on it because time gets away from you, and I don't want to be at the last minute trying to get them cranked out. So I'm going to lay that on there just like that. I think that's real pretty. Then I'll take my stamp block and kind of push it down, let it lay on there. And then I'm not going to, this is pretty thin, so I'm just going to glue it down. I need to get my tweezers. Oops. Don't want to get carried away. I do have a new, I think I mentioned on one of my other videos that my little fine nozzle got all clogged up. I couldn't get it to kind of clean out, but I did order some more of this Barely Art glue, so I do have a new nozzle for it. I like to do really thin on this, so I'm trying to wipe some of it away. Anyway, I just need to open it up and so that I can begin using it. But I thought this would be really cute. Hello, friend. There we go. So I went with the purple embossed panel that I kind of blended, the actual white panel that I blended, and then just some extra purple card remnant that I had cut down, and just did some blending. And I think you've got a really cute card, and it's pretty fast and easy, and fairly simple, so you don't have to do a lot of ink blending with your markers and everything. I think it looks all right. Let me know what you think. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Comment which one of those colors you would have chosen. I think it'd be interesting to know. So I hope you like my card. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.